السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباع محمد بعدد كل داء ودواء وبارك وسلم عليه وعليهم كثيرا كثيرا آمين. We started La ilaha Allahu la ilaha illahu. And inshallah we said we are going to study this Ayatu'l-Kursi. They call it the throne verse. They translate like that. We said we will definitely concentrate on the definition of the Creator, Allah, from our perspective. Although, when the Quran speaks, Quran tells us from, because the speaker is God, from God's perspective. But we will receive it from our perspective. And we will respond back to the Quran. That's our principle in every discussion we have, every class we have. We will see the guidance from the Quran. What God says in the Quran says, this is it. This is what it is. The reality is this. We say, no, if you say so, let me see. That's very typical attitude we always follow, that we should always follow. Then the Quran, maybe it may be difficult at the beginning to start like this, but our aim must be to confirm the message after receiving it, but to confirm it not blindly within our own conditions. Very simple. But some people narrate what happened and grammatic rules. Of course, it is another subject. We are not looking at the Quran from that subject. We are lay people. We want to listen to the Quran, and what he says, we have to say, okay, this is what it claims to be the word of God. All right, let me have a good attitude towards it. Okay, since you say so, let me see. Let me see if you are the word of God. So we have only our abilities, human abilities, capacities given to us, and outside world. Why? Because I can, by definition, very simple, but I repeat this because this methodology is not widely practiced. It seems to be very simple, but I don't see many people a lot of people who are concentrating on this very simple matter. Very simple. I have to use my human qualities, because very simply, I repeat this just to reinform and to confirm it. Very simple. Look, if my Creator is speaking to me, he must know my capacity. And within my capacity, whatever he tells me shouldn't contradict my capacity. Of course, I need to train, I need to develop, or that is a process. But by definition, my Creator is speaking to me, must speak to me within my own capacity. Is there any contradiction here? knowing who I am, knowing what he has given to me. And of course, he must speak to me within my capacity. That's why the Quran itself says this is just condescends. Sorry? Tanazzul. Nuzul. Coming down. Coming down means, of course, we say God is up there speaking down to human beings. It's ridiculous. Coming down. It means from God to human capacity. Yeah, it means I'm speaking to you at your level. But be comfortable about it. There's nothing strange. There is no need for a special scholarship for it. Just no education is needed. You don't have to have a degree to understand very simple thing. Of course, Quran says, I am down. Coming to you means as if an old elderly person speaking to a child. Example. No, don't say that God is not a father or something, mother. No, but example. He says, look, I am speaking to you at your level that you understand what I am saying. So I am coming down at your level. Nuzul. Tanazzul means really condescends. What is the word?
Descent.
Sorry? You know?
Descent.
Sorry?
Descent.
Descent? No. It is descent, uruj, and no, it doesn't mean that. There is another word, but I cannot pronounce it. When I read it, I understand. Condescendence or something. Yeah, but it is something to do with descent. Descent is in it. It is a little bit bigger word than this one. Anyway, you understood, huh? But what is you got the message. So, since it is my creator who's speaking in the Quran, since it is the one who put me in this world, with the conditions I am here, I communicate with the world, I learn something from them. When I learn something from the world around me, what I am learning, very simple, what I am learning, very simple. What he has created for me. It's not strange. So since he enabled me to communicate with the creation and use evidences, the evidence manifest in the creation, very simple, this is the work of the creator. He is disclosing his qualities in the creation and presenting them to me. Isn't that so simple? Or do I misunderstand it? It's so simple. The creator of the universe is speaking. It says, I am the Lord of the worlds. It means everything in the universe, all aspects of the universe. But of course, no one is ever perfect. What we have to do, we have to educate ourselves to understand the creation better so that I will understand the qualities of the creator. Otherwise, I cannot understand if he does not display it. How can I understand a person's capacity if he doesn't display? It's very simple.
Qualities separate from essence, right? Like,
But we are not going to understand the essence.
yeah.
It's not our responsibility. We can't. He's not asking us to know my essence. And it's not my responsibility because it is not within my capacity to understand the essence of anything. So there is no need to mention essence. But for example, let's say somebody says, I am a good, I don't know what, I'm a very expert engineer. Okay. What engineer? Let's say computer engineer, okay, or programs, software programs. I don't know. Until it does something. And I see the work, and then I understand only what? Oh, this man has knowledge in engineering. It's so simple. Don't make it complicated. It's so simple. So whatever is manifested here that I discovered, the quality, of course I will discover it where? Within my capacity. I cannot go beyond my capacity. And no one is expecting from me to go beyond my capacity. So simple. So, in the Quran, which says, I am the word of God, who is the Lord of the world, universe, speaking to you and guiding you. It is definitely taken for granted. Again, you don't have to have a philosophical and logical education there. No, it's a very simple man, let's say illiterate man. He will understand that, yes, if it is the one who is speaking in this message is the creator of the universe and my creator, what is more natural and simple to say that, of course, he will speak to me according to my capacity and give the evidence for his own qualities manifested in his work. I cannot go up somewhere and see him. I say this, maybe this is at this fifth time, with no exaggeration. Even if I go, I mean, this is impossible, and see God, okay? What happens? Nothing. You saw God, okay? This is impossible, but even I was able, be careful here. Very simple. Even I was able, go and see God. Okay, I'm God. Okay, somebody says, I am an engineer. I don't know. What does it mean? Nothing. I say, really? Do something, and I will see. It's that simple. Perform your ability. So God says, yeah, here it is. The universe is my work. And in the same book, in his speech, all his evidence is from his work. Look at this heavens and the earth, the bird, the mountain, the clouds. Look at them, the stars, the trees, even the ant or spider, anything, a cow. Look at them. Look at them. 114 chapters. I don't remember now. 27 of these chapters named after animals and created beings. The sun, the moon, human beings, the spider, the bee, the cow. It looks ridiculous, the cow. God is talking about the cow. Come on. Yeah. What else? Because he's speaking to me. I can only see the creation of the cow or the camel or I don't know, anything, the cat. They are examples. I can only see the creation of the cat, and in its existence, I see the work of the Creator So through this word, I see the capacity of the Creator. I wonder why I don't look at the Quran and see what it says to me, and using my already capacity. Of course, I'm not talking about the rulings, the legislation, issuing juristic laws. No. These are something special. Special people, speciality is needed, and you don't have to. You don't have to be a faqih. Yeah? You don't have to be able to issue jurisdictional or juridical decisions. Quran doesn't ask you. Only some specialities. One person, 2%, 2 people in New York is enough. You can call them. They can issue the fatwas to you. That's it. But your duty is to know who your Lord is. Simple. The main thing is to know who your Lord is. Not to worship false Lord. So simple, eh? First to establish this. The rest is easy. You can ask the experts. So what we do, we follow this program. We don't exclude others, don't misunderstand. Those people who look at the source, the Quran, in order to issue judicial legislations, judicial rules. This is a special area. We are not interested in it. Somebody may be welcome. Yeah, but I must be realistic within my own conditions, which means here I am in New York City. Very simple, or everybody, if somebody is live streaming from somebody else, whatever they are, doesn't matter, big city, small city, or in a room, doesn't matter. And communicate with the book within your own capacity, within your own conditions. But your reality is there. But since you are not expected to issue a law which will concern and which will be binding for the whole society, then you have to know the conditions of the social conditions, political conditions, economic conditions of the people there and adjust the law accordingly. But no, my duty is who my Lord is. Just to get to know. Why am I here? So simple. Extremely simple. So I look at it, it says, Allahu la ilaha illahu. Last week we studied that. So I have to always look from my perspective, okay? If someone comes to you that Quran says this, you have to follow. Why? You don't understand. Okay, if I don't understand. I understand if it needs speciality, fiqh, ruling. Yeah, I don't know how to issue rules. Yeah, but at least as a human being, I can know my Lord only within my capacity. Your capacity doesn't help. So you have to follow my capacity gradually. That's very important. So, for example, if you want to teach me mathematics, what do you do? Start first with a very simple mathematical education. Very simple, additions. And then 1 week later, 2 weeks later, subscriptions. And then divisions and multiplications. Yeah? It becomes gradually complicated, more developed. Yeah, but I have to go through the stages. If you tell me, no, you don't understand. Only mathematics, the experts on mathematics understand it. Okay. How am I going to know who my Lord is? Teach me starting from my level. starting from my level, but address me, come down to my level. Don't make me, sorry, you don't understand mathematics, okay? Follow me. I'm telling you, your God is like this. But really? Yeah. He is on the top of seventh heaven. Really? Really? Yeah, he is. And how come? What is the seventh level? No, you don't understand. You cannot comprehend it. You have to believe. No, you have to believe. Okay. If I don't believe, I will be in trouble. Because the result is, you never know. If it turns to be true, what are you going to do? Yeah, after you die, oh, it's terrible. Okay, I believe. Is it belief? Is it belief or imitation? So he has to tell you, write commentary on the book from your perspective, on the Quran, from your perspective. He should be realistic to the capacity and level of the audience without making them fall into imitation. That's what we expect. So the simple approach, this is very simple, very realistic to me, very realistic, very simple approach must be kept in mind anytime you take a commentary on the Quran in your hand. Say, okay, what are you telling me? And help me understand my Creator without pushing me into imitation. Because imitation is not belief. I cannot cheat myself. I believe in God because He has 7 attributes. Really? What are they? I was child and they taught me, memorize it. Okay, I learned. Okay. Do you believe on it? Yeah, I believe on it. Why? Because, this book is a trusted book. It says so. What are you doing? You are just copy-pasting from the book. Are you confirming it? What's all about your tongue says it must be true what they say. Do you understand? It's very simple. It doesn't work. But it can only work if you are below 5 years old. You can learn the vocabulary without believing, of course. As a child, memorizing it. That's all right. You get ready, without realizing you learn the language. When you learn the language, for example, you know English, don't you? Yeah. Everybody knows English better than I do here. Okay. Do you know mathematics? A book which is written in English? If you are not trained there, you don't know. So it means you know the language. If I give you a biology book with no previous education, but it is written in English, what do you understand? I understand nothing. I look at it, my students' chemistry book, it doesn't mean anything to them, but they are English. So I don't understand. Because knowing one word doesn't mean that you really understood and confirmed it. Okay, that is the principle that we are going to use. Very simple. We will ask this principle, how I can understand that. But of course, at first, when you expose yourself to the Quran, there will be some texts related to something else, especially emphasized by experts or commentators. It is referred to Uhud war. If you want to understand it in terms of Uhud war, you will never understand it because You will never will be able to understand it because you don't know what war. That is happened. Okay, what happened? All right, I don't say it didn't happen, but what is it to do with me? No, you know, the great people with the prophet, well, they're great. They are so brave. Okay, they were good. How about me? So you have to be brave as well. In order to be brave, one has to be educated as they were educated by the prophet in the Quran. So if you don't have, for example, were everybody brave that time? No, certain people were around the prophet. Who were they? They were being taught by the prophet. They were convinced. They really confirmed the main fundamental principles. So make me confirm the fundamental principles, I will be brave as well. If I am absolutely sure what happens, yeah. If you know that there is a fire alarm or something went on, alarm went on, and there is an earthquake, and they say, evacuate the room, come on, what do you do? What do you do? The earth is shaking, what do you do? Run, because you are convinced. But if I say, come here, evacuate the room, so why? Come on, why? There may be a danger. Is there any sign? No. You say, come on, and you are getting old and you start seeing hallucinations or something. You don't move because you don't believe. You are not convinced. Yourself must be convinced. So they were convinced, they were brave. How about me? Because Quran by definition speaks to me. He says, I am your Lord. I am your Lord. I'm speaking to you and I'm calling you to confirm this and this and this. And of course, I have to say, why? What is the evidence? Convince me, he gives the evidence. That the Quran gives the evidence. That's what we have to go through, simple. So let's see now if we can really, a little bit difficult one, or comparatively very difficult verse, this one, Ayatu'l-Kursi, is a very difficult one. So we studied, look, in order to understand Allah, Allah says, look, Allah, I'm calling you Aminu Billah, believe in God. Okay, who's this God? Let me tell you. He says, Allahu, I'm going to explain. La ilaha illahu. Why la ilaha? What does it say? Allah, you have to believe. It is the high. Now you don't know, you cannot comprehend, forget about it, but you believe. No, it just says la ilaha. Why la ilaha? Because I can experience la ilaha. I cannot experience God, the creator, who is not of the nature of this world. So this brother, I don't know whether you intended or not. I know it's a good intention, of course, want to understand, the historical dispute, essence of God, attributes of God. Historical, the scholars disputed it for theological reasons. Okay, you can dispute it, but you have to understand the fundamentals. You are not an expert in theology. I'm not an expert theologian, and I have to understand within my own terms. Very simple. So, essence of, I don't know the essence. Since the essence should be known, but you have to confirm. You have to believe in it. Yeah, I understand from the evidence. Whatever I understand, I'm confirm it because I am confident. If I am confident, of course. If I am convinced, of course. Okay, very simple. So La ilaha, you can be convinced, because La ilaha is going to be experienced where? Not on the top of the seventh heaven. La ilaha is here. You yourself, your abilities, your body, the things around you, the plants, the animals, the inanimate beings around you, they have no divine power. They have no power to claim to be the deity. It means source of existence of anything. They cannot really give existence to anything. La ilaha. Study your body, study your human qualities, think about them. This is La ilaha. Look, we are not thinking God or thinking of God. We are not imagining anything, because God says, do you want to understand who I am? What? Do you? I am. I am. I don't know who the owner of this universe is. I don't know whether it has an owner or not even. I'm here and bewildered, with this amazing world. Everything is strange, not simple, so complicated at every level. So I don't know. He says, look at them. You will find no sign of the power to give existence to anything. Ilah. Ilah means this, the source of existence. The source of existence. The one who has power to give existence to what? Anything. Challenge yourself. We studied this last week, but it is so important, and I am trying to make it as simple as possible. Challenge it. Whoever it is. In the Quran, Pharaoh, the most notorious man, challenging, I am your Lord. And what the Quran displays? Look, can you change anything in the universe, any order, any principle of order in the universe? Can you give existence to one fly? Oh, come on. Make one fly. Make one small leaf of a tree or plant. Small. Make. The challenge was, we can study that. It's a beautiful verse, actually. Challenge that I can give life, I can give death. Okay. Give life. Yeah. Give existence to a living being in life. Give let's say micro. One micro, one cell. Give. Organize it. Give existence. One atom. One atom. No one. If you make whole New York City into a, I don't know, lab or manufacturing place, a factory, anything, you cannot give existence to an atom. Existence. You can only use what? Already existing principles, and just obey the principles of the order. Obey, follow. For example, there is a bottle of water there. Say, boil. That gets hot. Whatever you are, you may be the president of America. Whatever you do, you have to take the water, put on the fire, obey the order, and then the orderer has arranged everything. It will boil the water for you. You cannot do anything as you want. Obey. They say we are going to split the atom. Yeah, they did. Okay, how? Did they invent anything? No, no. They discover how the order works. And, you understand, if you do this, the atom or the nuclear and the electron, I think, splits, or nuclear, I don't know, something explodes. How? Find out the order and obey the order. Very simple. Obey. Follow. You cannot give existence to anything. Very simple. La ilaha. There is nothing in the universe which has the power to do anything, not only to create and powerful enough, knowledge-wise, wise, anything. Anything, for example, I don't know, we call them, it is beautiful. Yeah. Can you make something beautiful? No, no, no. You just obey the order. How the things arranged and looked beautiful. But you see a rose, for example, comes out of its cell. It's ridiculous. Don't you laugh at that? So ridiculous. Out of a cell, and its stem, wood, and then branches, and then rose. And you say, it's beautiful. I grow roses in my garden. Can we give existence to anything existence of a beauty, existence of beauty to anything? Follow the order. So if you want to gain the heart of somebody, you want to, don't look at that. So what you do, you take the seed, sow it, there rose grows. Take the rose and present it. Did you create anything? Did you create beauty? You just followed the order. You gave existence to nothing, neither to the body of the flower, nor the qualities of the flower. You just followed the order. So we say, we produce. You don't produce anything. You are, if you like, bound to the order. Nothing else. Everybody. Your body follows the order. Then you cannot command anything. La ilaha. La ilaha is the basis of everything. The Quran also guides us in the best way. This is very realistic. If you want to know God, what are you expected to do? Establish La ilaha. It is within your capacity. When you say La ilaha, okay, what is left? Just a minute, this universe exists, and there's nothing, nobody which will give existence to any qualities of anything in this world. But these qualities exist. What do you say? What do you say? The engineer of this computer or laptop? Who? Engineer, come on, man. Have you seen it? No. Why do you talk about the engineer? He's the computer. No. Just, it is made, man. I know. I can just put it into pieces. No, it has no wheel, nothing to resist. I can just burn it, throw it from the window, smash it. It has no will, no power to resist it, to do anything. But it must be done by an intelligent being. God says, if you make sure La ilaha, what is left is me. What does it mean? Illallah. But you have to make sure La ilaha, because it is within your capacity. You don't have to be a microbiology expert in order to understand what is going on. Just go and see how the plants are growing, how the animals are created out of an egg or anything, yeah? And see, how is it happening? What the Quran says, very simple. Look at human beings. It says, go and look at yourself. How you were created from a cell. I didn't grow myself. Did you agree with? You are growing by somebody else. Not you. Who is it? The cells themselves. The cells are given these abilities by something else. They cannot be the source of existence of their own being. It is the most famous logical statement that nothing can be at the same time. If I cannot express it in English, please help me. Nothing can be at the same time an effect and at the same time cause. Do you see this language? You know, I am made, and at the same time I am made. But I am the reason of existence of myself. That is a very contradictory, logical contradictory, even a child cannot buy it. Statement. This statement. What the materialists say, they don't say it is made. It is the effect. But when it comes to time, it is the cause. Just a minute. Is it the effect or is the cause? Which one? Because one thing cannot be a cause at the same time an effect. It's illogical consistency. That's why they say this interaction between cause and effect is sequence of effect is not to be taken into account. How? They made up a story. I mean, if you have read this kind of things, it is a little bit detailed. Sorry, some things needed, but make it, I'll try to make it as simple as possible. When you look at the books, what do they say? What do they say? The causes are making, and who are they? The universe. But universe is the effect. Do you understand this? Because universe is the one which is made by the causes. Now you are saying that the causes are making. Please be clear. Are you saying that the universe is an effect or universe is a cause? Which one? Quran says universe is an effect. The cause is the one which I call God. The Quran says God. So it means the creator of the universe. But materialists say, no, there is no such thing. Universe is the one which exists. Universe is the one which produces existence. I go crazy. What are you talking about? Whole education system, you are going through it. Maybe 20 years of your education consists of this contradiction. If you don't wake up, you will start imitating religion. Because if you don't understand what religion remains for you only to be imitated. Because the universe exists by itself. Why do I need for a creator? Because it exists by itself. Do you understand? but it exists by itself. This language is self-contradictory. Is it the cause? Is it the effect? Which one? Because I am growing. Is it my growth, my growing, the action of growing, is the result or is the cause? You know the cause and effect? If it is the effect, it cannot be the cause. It means I cannot really make myself grow. I cannot really make myself exist because my existence is the result. What is the cause? Huh? Okay, what they say, very simple. The materialist philosophy is very tricky, very simple. They say it exists by itself, it is going on like this, eternally. How come that inequality in the universe can exist by itself and develops and changes continuously by itself, and then it is the result? The causes, they call it natural causes, organizes everything. But nature itself is the effect. If you understand this, you will say, oh, what I have been taught so far is nothing but trash. The methodology, I'm not saying the biology you are told is trash. No. Materialistic interpretation has no logical consistency. Yep.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Dr. Mumbo. Do you think you can just scoop this wall over? It's unnecessarily crowded on this side and way too much space on that side.
No, we can't.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's really
No, it's all right. So what we do, please, this one, and can you, brothers, this way, since you are in number,
be aware of that.
so put it there. You don't have to be there. Move it there, so there will be space and we will be free, really. So if you don't want a small space, ask your friends to come and make the crowd. So
Look at us.
yeah, look at these people. Poor people are suffering there, as if they are hiding from people. Yeah. So we said the beauty of this guidance in the description of God, Allah, she says, La ilaha, you have to make sure it is within your capacity. Illa, if there is no ilaha, it means illa means except. No. Don't look at this. The translation. No, not except. There is no God at all in the universe. But universe exists. It is the effect. The universe is the result, the result, the effect. So the cause of existence of every quality in this universe, it is me. When I say Allah, don't start imagining the one who gave existence to this universe. Who is he? The one who gave existence to the universe. It is excellent. Illa who. Who means it or it. Illa who. It means it is the cause. So you can easily say, very simple, you can easily say whoever, whatever, doesn't matter. Quran uses the two language, not necessarily who. You can say what. Yeah. Ma khalaqa. Quran uses ma, what, not who. So you can say whatever gave existence to the universe and everything in it. The Quran specifies it with a beautiful, not because Quran specified it, because we received the guidance from the Quran, think about it, and we are comfortable about it. Yeah, the Quran. So Quran says, whatever in the heavens and whatever in in the heavens specifies it, not only in the heavens. Look at the heavens, or the heavens glorify God. It means make known to you who God is. And specifically mentions whatever within the heavens also equally specify who God is. So it continues in the earth, because why specifically earth? Because we are experiencing the things closely here in this world. I'm not experiencing what is going on in the sky, in galaxies, only we take the pictures of the galaxies and see the galaxies. Then some people, get some beams, light beams from there, and make some sort of interpretations, which is quite normal. Yeah, because nothing is created or nothing exists accidentally. Everything is the sign. So study them, learn them. But here, the plants, the animals, the animate beings, inanimate beings, I can experience everything here. It's accessible to me. So specifically mentions the earth glorifies God. And carries on in Arabic, وَمَا فِيهِنَّ. And whatever is in it, every single thing, no exception. You cannot say that, I've seen a small speckle. Speckle? Sorry? Speck.
Yes.
Does it glorify God? Yes. Take it to the lab, see and examine it. Who can create one speck? Who can give existence to the speck? It is light, it is heavy, it is whatever. Chemical structures and physical structure of the speck. You have to write volumes of books about it in order to really explain what's happening in its existence, in its body. It's not a simple thing, nothing. So every single thing shows, introduces the one who created the universe. And the Quran says, that is God. Very simple. That is God. You don't have to imagine. You cannot imagine. You are not expected to do that. Very simple. So it doesn't stop there. Yeah. El-Hayy. He explains further. Ever living one. It is the ever living one, Hayy. It is the source of life. And it is not dead. It is not a stone or something like that. It is a living being, but not like you and me. But what we do, we experience here in the world. What? In this world. What? Look, there is a difference between a corpse, a dead body, and a living one. Yeah? Between a wood and a live, living tree. What is that? I am the source of this. Whatever you call it. You call it life. So I am the source of this. You can think now, the one who gave life to the living beings here, I'm experiencing them, must be himself alive. Yeah, because he is the source of life. Yeah. So how are we going to understand that God is alive? It doesn't mean that he is not dead after. No, it is in this word we use this life and death. He is the source of it. He is the one who decides that you will have life, you won't have life. This is your life is in my hand. Yeah? I am the source of everything. I am the source of life. I am the source of death as well. I decide. Okay, see, who's deciding really for the existence of life, for the existence of living being and inanimate being? Who is deciding? Who is giving existence to life? who is giving a resistance to death? I am alive and tomorrow I'm not alive. Who is really operating on me, giving me life and taking the life away from me? Who's doing that? Is there anything in the world which can give existence to life independently? It means without following the order in this world. For example, if you want to give life to something, what do you do? What do you do? You follow the order. You know, you learn how the life is given within these conditions in the order, in which conditions it is given life, you follow it. For example, when you look at a seed, simple example, by itself, it is in the shell. Let's say it's an almond seed, or peach seed. Example, it's in a shell, and it's nothing. Nothing. Follow the order. It starts growing. It becomes alive. You call it life. I am the one who is the source to give life to this. And I will be the one who is going to give death to it. That happens only within my law. For example, if I want a tree to die, it means lose its life. What do? I say tree, die. No one listens to me. No one listens to me. I cannot do what I have to do. Yeah, I don't. What? But somebody said something. Correct. Did he? Cut it. Yeah. While you are cutting, what do? You are obeying the order. Because the one who put this universe within this already existing order, the present order, taught you, if you want to give life, you have to follow this way. If you want me to give life, if you want me to give death, you have to follow that way. We have to follow. What the people, especially the very, very famous, they call it somebody who is the founder of postmodern philosophical tradition or trend, wanted to challenge God. He was saying, look, even if you exist, you are using me like a mouse, like a cat playing with the mouse. You know, when the cat catches the mouse, what does it do? It demonstrates, shows the owner, says, look, I've done a job. You don't want this mouse going around it. I caught it. So it leaves it in front of the. Have you experienced that? So here you don't see money. So it leaves it in the dark. And then mouse starts from, because you see, I did it, I. Demonstrates, I did it, yeah. It means the one who gave me existence gave me disability. So this philosopher said, you are playing with me like a cat is playing with a mouse. So you gave me life, you gave me intelligence, if you gave me intelligence, but I am not going to follow your law. I am not going to follow your will. I will give this to myself. What did he do? Could he die by himself? What did he do? He cut it. He cut here, obeyed the law, and died. That was the way to die or take the gun. But this particular philosopher cut his rest.
Blood vessels.
Yeah, blood vessel, whatever. Here on this rest. No, which one? Come on, tell me.
Wrist. He slit his wrist.
Wrist.
He slit his wrist.
Yes, his wrist. Okay. He cut his wrist. And slowly, blood started coming out. He said, you see, I am the one who decided to end the life. You cannot play me anymore. He died by obeying his order. But he said he is challenging his order. Cutting or again inevitable. We cannot do anything but obey the order, acknowledge it. So we see that all life on earth has a source. The creator in the Quran, let's say God, in the Quran, creator said, I am the one who gives life, because it is the most important element for me in the world. No one wants to lose his life. Yeah. That's why the first attribute, if you like, quality is introduced to us is, look, first you have to understand that I am the one who is the cause of existence of everything. That is established in La ilaha illahu. The second, I am the one who is the source of life. Pay attention. Pay attention to that. Third, Al-Qayyum. He is explaining himself. I am the one, only the one, Al-Qayyum. It means the one who sustains the existence of everything. It means, excuse me, the existence of everything, every quality depends on me, but nothing else. My will, my choice, my decision, here you find only me, the creator, the cause of existence of everything. This is by definition God. Nothing in the universe. You cannot find anything independently existing from its creator. Show me one thing. From, even we can use a larger concept, from the creator of the universe. You cannot find the existence of one atom which is independent of the creator of the universe. Every single thing directly dependent. Qayyum is very important. Self-subsisting means, again, God says, I am self-subsisting. What I should understand? La ilaha illahu. The pattern is there. Nothing else is self-subsisting. My duty is to understand what? God is self-subsisting. I don't know what it is. Neither do I. No. Do I have to know? No. Illahu. Do you understand the formula? Nothing is self-subsistent but the cause of existence of the universe. Everything is, or everything is dependent on his will, his choice, whatever he does. No one can see anything which is happening not within the will of the creator of this universe. That's his order. We just follow the order. So don't think God is alive. Which kind of life he is? Plant life, animal life, human life. None of your business. Your business is La ilaha. Here, nothing has the power and quality to give existence to anything living quality. Living quality, nothing. So nothing in this world, we have to concentrate here. Never go into imagination. You know, God is self-subsisting. I joke, but it is difficult to digest. My jokes are very heavy. Have you seen him? How do you know he subsists himself? You know, with a clutch or something under his. What? How? Doesn't mean anything. Don't use speculative language. So put it in terms of La ilaha illahu. Always this frame of logic, thinking. You cannot describe God, but only using this universe as his evidence. That the creator, the cause of existence of this quality of anything is him, not itself. Okay, do you think that the existence is I don't say subsisting existence, changing, but existence is subsisting, but not by themselves, because they cannot exist by themselves. So we say the one who created the universe, cause of existence of the universe, is the one subsists them. For life is dependent, for you is dependent on his will. Your cells are dependent on his will. Whatever the qualities you see, you know, the light is dependent of his will, because you cannot really explain the existence of anything by itself. Simple. So the language, the translation is exactly what the Quran says, and from God's perspective. He is the ever living one. He is the subsisting one. Yeah, this a little bit explained here, or I cannot now the translation. The self-subsisting, by whom all subsist. Yeah, it means again, it's a good translation, this one, by whom all subsist. But I have to look at it from my perspective. I cannot say God subsists everything. No. What do you say? Come and help me. God subsists everything is a wrong statement. What is right?
Everything cannot subsist itself.
La ilaha. But
there must be something that
subsists them. That is God. And this one is the establisher of the order of the whole universe, not part of it. That is why, you know, the Islam says, Tawhid, Tawhid, Tawhid. Tawhid means La ilaha. Very simple. La ilaha. So when I was, I wondered a lot, you know, how Islam, as it developed first in Mecca, very simple, very insignificant place, very insignificant, extremely, a village, and no culture, no civilization, apart from poetry. People knew nothing but fight, kill each other. My tribe, your tribe, my tribe. All the, even the poetry was famous in order to be proud of their tribal qualities, make it most important quality. There's nothing else in that society. In how many years? After the death of the Prophet, 22, and Umar's period. The Sasani Empire, not Iran, the Persian Empire was defeated. What? By whom? By these people, desert dwellers. And then go beyond Iran, Sasani. That time Sasani included where? This Iran, this Persian Empire included Afghanistan, including, yeah, and now the Pakistan lost many parts of India into now China. This army was the most powerful army of the world at that time, defeating the Roman Empire. They were just powerful because of this army power. They were very powerful, and they were very well organized in military according to their technological level that time. No one could ever thought of challenging Roman and Sasani Empire army. Who has just invaded, how do you say, make the empire collapse? Yeah, I'm not using the word conquer. It's very misused, very, misused, abused word. So not that one. So who met them? People from Arabian desert. Bedouins. What? Did they have an army? No. No, there was no army, no established army, no. Did they have any training generals? No. They were just experts in fighting between themselves, tribe by tribe. Tribe means, tribe means very simple. 200 people, 300 people, no more. Some tribes were 50 people. So we keep hearing so much that we think that tribe means half of America or something like that. No. 200 people, 100 people killing each other. So did they get any military training? No. Did they have any power? No. Did they have any cavalry or the horse train? No. Camels and some horses. There are not many, some horses. And camels are no good when it is not desert. They don't work. So it must be desert. And in the desert, they are okay. But it doesn't mean that they make the most powerful army. How it happened? Don't you wonder? We say Omar, the Caliph Omar was so powerful. But we cannot do it in physical world, in this world. It is not within the order of God. In this world, you cannot really go out of the desert and you take some Bedouins with you and defeat the most powerful army, established empire in, I don't know, after the death of Prophet, 3, 4, 5 years? What happened? Do you think they invented atomic bomb or something? No. What happened? Huh? Message went there. Nothing apart from the creator of the universe is worth worshipping. Saying that this is the creator. No. Your sultan is like you. Your emperor is like you. A man dies, is born and dies. They are not different from you. They say, yeah, really. Then why do you keep competing with each other? Be friends. Human beings, we are all created. Let's acknowledge the creator and obey him. It means obey him means really acknowledge he is the one who is to be worshipped. It means worship. What are you going to do? You are not going to pay money or tax. No, just acknowledge his existence. So simple. That's why when the Prophet went to Medina, Yathrib that time was called Yathrib. So he said, "What? Why are you killing each other for what? I am best." No, we are all created by the same God, the one who created all human beings. Why don't we just support each other, help each other, rather than competing? I am the best, you are the best. No one is the best. The Creator is the best. Very simple. Everyone say, yeah. In Medina, it was so easy. And what happened? The people accepted the message. Simple. Nothing complicated. Nothing is really required of them. Just don't exploit the orphan, the needy ones. Take care of the people, the same, your fellow man. If they need you, at the end, we are all going to die. What do we need that? Why do we need that? I am the best. I am the best. You will die. They say, yeah. So when the people went to these lands, people of Iran, they said, why do we keep this stupid emperor? Somebody said, I am rich here. So you may be rich, but you are going to die like me. So what? Because you are the rich, I have to obey you. Who cares? So you as well as me have to acknowledge our Creator. So simple. So when the people, the tribes, or not the tribes, sorry, the Bedouins found out that most of the people have already opened up their heart, their mind to this message, woke up. And when they came, they called him. They called, for example, in Palestine, we all know that Palestine, they called the army, come. In Damascus, they called the Muslims, come and help us and get rid of this idiot man from our head. So some people, very few people, really supported because they were paid well, but they were just for money, king's money. So they are getting the salary or payment, whatever. Otherwise, no one believes really. No one believes that he is superior. Doesn't make sense. So they got the encouragement when they called the Muslims, come and let us, get rid of this guy. When the two armies came together, the Iranian army, let's say like this, 4 of them joined here with their power, with their weapons, with their horses, like that. And only one who were really fed well by the emperor, defeated not by people from Arabian Peninsula, by their own army. But we don't want to tell this story. Why? Otherwise, our heroes will lose the high position in our eyes. Do you understand? So Muslims with their iman, belief, killed everybody and took over the Sasani Empire and pulled it down. Why, mashallah, the companions were so great. How can they do it? Even the Prophet got ill, he died. No one can be supernatural. No one. Yes, you can have a strong belief only if you are convinced. You go and tell other people and make them convinced as well. That's it. Do you get it? Do you understand? So in China, in your place, these people came and told them. Very simple. La ilaha. That's why you are introduced to Islam. No one came to you, to China, with a cavalry power army. No one went to Indonesia, Malaysia, or I don't know, all the places there with an army. No! They just were convinced that, yes, really, why do we esteem some people individually or separately, particularly against others? We are all created. We are all made by the same one. We are equal. If you work, you get something and you benefit. Or if I don't work, I get less or none. If I don't work at all, I get nothing. This is the rule. If the emperor, a child was making an interview at school, was doing the training. So, and they said, okay, let's do this in the palace as well. Whether it is real or a made-up story, I don't know. So that they were being trained. Students, young students. So they said, the teacher taught them that go and ask, what is your name? What do you do for your life to make money or for your life? So when it came to the king, they asked, what is your name? Something. And what do you do for life? The king said, I am the king. No. What do you do for life? To make money. I am the king. You get the answer? Nonsense. Nonsense, because I'm the king. What do you mean? Because I was born from a person who claimed to be the king as well. What do you do for life? Nothing. So they understood that it's a false claim. And people embraced it, wanted to learn. All the people went there from Mecca, Medina especially, that time Medina, and from Damascus actually, because the army, the people were really, the population was heavily moved towards the north, east and west, but Muslim northeast that time. And they were there and stayed there to teach people what the Quran is teaching. But they were not like us, crazy of rules. You have to do this, you have to do that. No. They were giving the principles of life, principles of understanding, teaching the fundamentals. See, everything is equal. Don't really pay attention to the needy ones. Don't destroy anything as a result of your ambitions. Don't forget, you are going to die. We are all dependent by the one who created us. Let's acknowledge him, be grateful to him, thankful to him. And if they want, they started learning how to pray. They started to learn how to fast gradually. And they themselves accepted it. On the contrary, that's just an example. What happened when Islam went to the West in Roman field? They didn't do the same. They sent the army, because that time Muslim community became the most developed, economically developed, armies-wise also developed, technology-wise also developed. So they started, rather than depending or basing their message on their faith, they started trusting on their military power. What happened? Army went into Roman places, Europe. Starting from East Europe and the South, Roman places, army went. During the especially Ottoman Empire time, went into army. What happened? They were powerful, yeah. They defeated the people there, indigenous people there. Yes, they did. What happened? Who converted to Islam? Who accepted Islam? Can you accept a power which comes to you with the sword and says, you have to follow me? You say, I cannot resist you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On the first opportunity, you chased. What happened? 400, 500 years later, all the people, Muslims, were expelled back. No one converted, almost no one. Those people who remain in the eastern part of Europe were the ones who were brought already from the Muslim land to establish the administration under the control of the Sultan. They were not indigenous people. The best example is the conqueror of Constantinople, Istanbul, Constantinople. What happened? Who has been to Istanbul? You? Have you? Yeah, fresh. Have you noticed, I don't know whether you noticed or not, the area where, let's say, city wall, within this city wall, the real Roman citizens were living. So after the city is by the force of the artillery force, bombs or whatever you call them, cannonballs, they entered it by force. What happened? I don't know if you notice or not. None of the inhabitants of this area converted and embraced Islam. None! I know that. I lived there, I know. None of them. They are still Christians. If you go to their centers, there is no mosque, but still the churches are operating. We are only proud of what? Of course, we didn't destroy their churches. We were kind. Yes, that's correct. But did you teach them? Did you convince them like the Sahabe and the Tabi'un did in Asia or eastern part? No, eastern part are still the Muslims there in Xinjiang? Xinjiang. How many years? 1,400. They are still Muslims. Go to Bulgaria. Go to Greece. Go to Romania. Go to Hungary. They were under the control of the Muslim sultans by the power of military for 400, 500 years. None of them accepted Islam. So what are we doing? We have to develop. Yeah? We have to economically improve ourselves. We have to have the most powerful army. We have to produce atomic bomb. That is our Islamic dignity. What are you going to do with that? If you don't convince me that God is the one everything depends on. Nobody has independent existence. Nothing in the world can sustain itself. Convince me. So simple. It is much more, way simpler than producing atomic bomb. Conquer the hearts, not the land. It is not conquer. It is invasion. It is force. It is prohibited by the Quran itself. You cannot coerce. You cannot force people in anything. You have to convince them as a human being. That's what we have to learn. That's what the people really spread Islam everywhere with what? Very simple. Going and speaking to people, not with army. Not with army. Army went only to take over or really get down the central authority. It means emperor. That's it. That's it. And the small regiment which protects the emperor. The ones who got the most money benefit from the emperor. That's it. So simple. By the help of the people themselves. So when the Muslims went to Damascus, who helped them? Christian priests, leaders, religious leaders. When the Muslims went to Palestine, Jerusalem, who helped them? What was the commander-in-chief, Umar, doing there? Nothing. He was just riding on a donkey. Why? People welcome. They wanted. They got rid of they were fed up with the Roman emperor, their terror actions. So they wanted freedom. Freedom comes only with belief. So it is very easy. Don't worry about anything. Make it everything simple. Don't come with a person, say that, look, you know, in Islam, you have to wake up at night. So in Islam, you cannot do this. You cannot do that. Stop that. Just tell them. Let's talk about the owner of the universe. Who is the cause of existence of anything? Let's talk about it. Except one God? No. One day, the last one. When the prophet went to a tribe, and maybe a village, another small village, and people started, and the prophet was staying in one of the peoples, the Muslims, there, the accepted one, in one's house. All right, people heard that because the spread of the message was everywhere that time. Some people accepted, some people resisted. Quite normal. So he was there in the house of somebody, and the people learned that Muhammad is here, the prophet is here, but because they got the message, but they didn't know the man, they wanted to see him, they came to the house. And one person didn't come. And the people said, where is this man? And why didn't he come? And the other person said, look, he just always supports the hypocrites. He's an hypocrite. He doesn't want to see Muhammad. They said, what was the reaction of the prophet? Very simple. Didn't you hear him saying, La ilaha illallah? Huh? Yeah. How do you know the heart of the man? Who are you? Only God knows the heart of the man. So if you heard somebody saying La ilaha, he is one of you. He's a munafiq, he's none of your business. You heard La ilaha, say finish. That is the foundation. Trust people. Give confidence to them. That's the foundation. Establish the belief in God. The rest comes gradually. Don't worry about it. Just establish the belief in God in the hearts of yourself and the people. In the heart. So it means convince them. Give evidence. Nothing more. Nothing. And If they want, they can gradually, step by step, calm themselves. You don't push. There is no push. Yeah, there is no push. Do you understand? For example, look, did you accept Islam? Let's say you are a newly converted. You have to take a bath. Sunnah. And then you have to put this. You have to do that. What do? Let me grow myself. Don't inject. It doesn't work. It is not for tree. So what you do, if you sow the seed, what do? You put water on me. What else? Nothing. You put water on me. Give, feed the man, feed the person, knowledge-wise. As he develops he or she confidence, he will do it himself. Don't push. When you push, it is against human nature. If somebody pushes you, would you accept? If somebody comes and takes your, for example, I'm speaking to you, takes your scarf, what do? But according to him, it is completely wrong. According to you, it's completely right. Yeah? You say, no, I am not going to do it. He will say, no, you have to obey my belief. Do you accept? Let's say they used force and took your scarf off. Example. What do? When you see that this man has no power anymore, put it back. The other one also does the same. You put the scarf, example, scarf is an example. Don't take it that I'm taking it seriously. Scarf is an example. You put the scarf without convincing the man. As soon as he says, okay, I can do it, takes it off. Yeah, why? He's not convinced. So no pushing. But do we push, when the seed grows, the shoot comes out, the tree or plant starts growing. If you push, what happens? You kill the plant. But without pushing, just give water. What happens? Just give water. Feed intellectually as a human being. Convince him with a good word, good behavior, but convincing evidence. Don't say, no, in Islam, you cannot say that. Do you understand? Why? Because it is prohibited. The Prophet said, don't say like this or don't do like that. It doesn't work. So, water. Educate. But educate yourself first, Tarek. If you are a good teacher, you can teach the students. If you are a bad teacher, you just start behaving in a nasty way. That is the nature of education. So educate yourself, forget about the rest, you will do it. Anyway, if you know, for example, if I am ill, and if you are the doctor, if you know how to cure my illness, what do? You just say, do this, do this. You cannot keep yourself. That is quite human. That's how we are created. That's called natural behavior. So, inshallah, what we will do, educate ourselves on a realistic base. No imitation, no pushing. Inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة سورة الفاتحة. Thank you. Inshallah, I will see you next Wednesday, or if you can make it, Saturday. We have Saturdays as well at 10 a.m. here. Yeah, inshallah.